Hey, Joy Hitz-Taylor, licensed mental health counselor. I wanted to make a little video of the relax tools that I use a lot in my office. I have developed it over the last 10 years, and the same ideas I talk to kids about, they transfer over into relaxation techniques that adults can use too. And on my website, joyhitztaylor.com, you'll find under the resources link, scroll down and there's an attachment there, a PowerPoint that's called Relax Tools, and I'm going to refer to mine here so I can go through and describe some of them. So the first one, probably everybody is familiar with. It's the stereotypical take deep breaths that you might see on the TV or movies. Just do full big belly breaths. Your heart and your breath are connected. So when you slow down your breathing, you slow down your heart rate. And when you're anxious or upset, your heart rate's usually pounding a little bit faster. When we are upset, the back, kind of bottom part of our brain gets a lot of oxygen, and that part of your brain is the fight or flight. So back in caveman times, it was, fight the bear or run from the bear to protect you. Now you may not be running from a bear, but whatever you are upset about or your kid is upset about, all that oxygen is back there giving you extra adrenaline to fight or run. Instead of up here, there's, the frontal lobes and the reasoning and logic and all of that. And so when we're upset, we think with that fight or flight, and we need to take a break and relax and breathe and bring some more oxygen to the other parts of our brain so that we can make better choices, better decisions. The next idea is to blow bubbles, and these can be real or imaginary. I do have an older client who enjoys blowing bubbles on her porch, and for others it's just the practice of breathing slowly, because if you're like, you're just gonna pop the bubble. So you just breathe slowly, and you can pretend like you're blowing the bubble. The other idea is be like a turtle and go be by yourself. A turtle lives in their protective shell, and when they feel threatened, they can pull their head and arms and legs inside. So, this might look like going to the bathroom if you're at school, or if you're at work, or maybe going out to your car for a minute, taking a break, going to your room, something like that. It's just recognizing in you when you just need some time by yourself, cool down. Another idea is to exercise. It really helps to get out some of that adrenaline. Personally, I like to run, and I also do various exercise video things that are good and sweaty, but my favorite would be running, especially running outside. I've only run on a treadmill once or twice, like when I was at a hotel years ago, but it's just, again, when you have created all that extra adrenaline with being upset, your body, it feels good to release that energy and the adrenaline. And it also, for me, it gives time and space to think about and kind of problem solve and just, to really pound it out. You can also play a game or do a puzzle. Some of these relax tools, the idea is figure out something that you enjoy doing, something that you like. It's not that you want to avoid or distract yourself from thinking about the problem necessarily. It's just sometimes you're upset and you can't do any productive figuring out at that moment anyway, and so you do want to distract yourself. You want to bring some of those feel-good chemicals back to your brain and your body, and just time to relax and then revisit it. Maybe there's some problem solving you can do, maybe you have some options, but initially you just need to calm down. And then you may need to accept what's going on. Maybe you can't do anything to change it. Maybe it's out of your control. And so you work to accept it and help yourself to feel better and see the positive side of things. Visualize your favorite place or favorite person or activity. It's amazing how much of our brain chemistry changes just by our thoughts. So when we are upset, to close your eyes if you need to, or just to see in your mind's eye where you enjoyed vacation, last summer at the beach or camping or the mountains, or maybe it's your own bedroom, or maybe it's your best friend or your spouse, or maybe even a parent or a relative that's gone from earth now. Whatever it is, just thinking about that person, place, or thing can calm your heart rate down. It can slow your breathing down. You can find scripture that applies to your heart and to your feelings, or just encouraging sayings. You know, what you think about ends up being what you believe, and what you believe, you act on. And so it's this cycle of what we think, believe, and act, and it reinforces what we think. So if you have great scriptures or sayings that are encouraging to you, then repeating those can just be, it halts the negative thoughts or worries or fears or whatever it is going on, and kind of changes your thought train, goes to a new track that says, this is what I'm going to believe. One example is, when I'm worried, I remember to cast my cares upon Jesus, for he cares for you. That is the Bible verse, 1 Peter 5:7. So today I had a client come in, and she talked about, I wish I could remember the saying that she had. I will have to get back to that. Another idea is just to pray or meditate, kind of similar to the last idea. Just choosing to talk through, choosing to think through what's going on, and to process and problem solve. Talk with someone like your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister or your friends, or even your pet, or maybe yourself, because we all talk to ourselves. But we don't always think in full sentences. So when you can talk to somebody about it and get it out, it helps to organize, it helps to release and express that. You can also have something to drink, like water or milk or chocolate milk, or, you know, whatever you like to drink, because our bodies go on autopilot when we drink. It's a great trick with kids if they're upset and crying and whatever, upset. Offer them some water and they just kind of calm down and they don't realize what you're helping them do. In my Relax Tools slide, I have one that is blank and says, what ideas do you have? Sometimes kids talk about a video game that they like, or a movie or TV show that they enjoy. Some kids talk about liking Legos or Barbies, or, you know, again, some of this stuff is, you know you best, and you know what you enjoy doing, and so you insert that activity here, and it helps you to feel more like yourself. It helps you to calm yourself down, to change into a different space of mind. Another idea is being like a raw noodle or a cooked noodle. You know, raw noodles are just rigid and straight, and cooked noodles are all relaxed and floppy. So you can either start by, you know, tensing up shoulders and then relaxing, and like tensing your fists and relaxing, and on from your head down to your toes. Or you can just be one big straight noodle and then one relaxed noodle. The idea is to tense your muscles and then relax them, because we hold tension in different parts of our bodies and we may not even realize that it's there. A lot of common areas would be the neck and shoulders, and also the stomach. So by flexing and relaxing those muscles, we can become aware, oh, that's kind of where I was already kind of tight. So it just is a good relaxation. Another outlet is to write or draw. So write about what's going on, write out your feelings. Even if, you know, you're, I'm not the journaling kind of person, just do bullet points. Get out the topics that are running through your mind. Sometimes I liken it to juggling. You know, you've got this and that and these 5-7 things going on in your life, and you just kind of keep juggling them, and it's hard to sleep and it's hard to concentrate because you're busy keeping all these things in the air. Well, if you write them down, then it's like you can line up all the balls that you're juggling, you line it up and see, okay, this is what's really going on, and then figure out a game plan. You know, are there things that you can do something about? Are there things that are out of your control? Are there things that you are already doing something about? And so therefore you just need to kind of be patient and let the process happen, that sort of thing. So, and then sometimes just drawing and using color to express the different feelings that you've got. That is helpful. Read some jokes or watch something funny. It changes your brain chemistry when you laugh. You know, laughter is the best medicine. That whole saying, there's something to it, because it creates the serotonin and dopamine in our brains, and it can make you more alert and just relaxed and more in a positive state of mind. You can read. I love reading. I love getting into good books. countless times I've gotten to the end of a book and just kind of been disappointed because there's no more of that one. But magazines, internet stuff, books, paper books, Kindle, you know, the e-readers, whatever it is that you like to do, you can learn with reading. Obviously, you can just escape and enjoy someone else's life. You can be encouraged. You know, all kinds of things can come from reading. So that is another option. You can watch a show that you like or a movie. I know some people talk about, you know, wanting to watch some sad, sappy movie if they feel like they need a good cry, and you know, maybe that's something that you need too. We cry for a good reason, and the chemistry in our tears, it's actually not just salt water or something leaking out. It's different particles make up your tears when they're tears of joy or frustration or sadness or pain. So sometimes you need to let yourself cry just to get it out and let your body process that. So that was watching a show that you like. Next idea is helping someone. It can take your mind off of yourself. It can help you to feel good that you're able to make a difference in someone else's life. And it's just the way that we're made. It helps us to feel better when we are helping other people. And it shows you too that, you know, you're capable, you're able to do that. You can make a difference, you can help somebody, you can help them smile, you can do something little that's easy for you, but, you know, is a challenge for them. Pop a balloon or rip up some paper, like in the recycle bin or something. Sometimes it's just that being destructive that gets out the frustration and anger. It just is a controlled manner. Shake the dog or do the wiggle. You know, when you shampoo your dog and they just shake all over the place, that's the idea of this one. Usually done more in a private setting so that you don't look really wild and crazy. But I don't know how old you are watching this, but I clearly remember doing penmanship and cursive and all of that in school, and then just like shaking my hand because it was so tired. And it relaxes the muscles that were just being used to do all that writing. So that's the shake the dog idea. It's loosening up all those muscles, and it makes you laugh usually too because it's pretty silly. Squeeze a stress ball or something else. I mean, it can even just be kind of like a wadded up sweatshirt that you're wearing, or it's just being able to put some energy and pressure into something else. You can make one with a balloon with rice or flour or something inside the balloon too. Sing or listen to music. Music is a super powerful tool, and some people come up with playlists that are for, you know, when I'm in this mood or when I'm going to exercise or, you know, whatever it is. Music is a great mood changer, a great mood helper. You can take a nap. Sometimes, actually, you know, a problem or a scenario can look completely different after you have slept. That could be part of the problem. So, and sometimes it's just a power nap, or it's just a timeout, you know, for you or your kids that just go, we'll revisit this after 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Another idea is to take a shower or a bath. It's a relaxing thing. It's time for yourself. Sometimes a shower